G'day and welcome back to Hutan Pantai for hopefully our last harvest of the season. Last episode we got stuck into doing our first cut on our spinach field as well as harvesting the 3 fields of barley. All hopefully before the temple finishes at the end of this season. We've got a lot of fields to do and a lot of productions to look after. So today's the day we need to look after those productions and get them topped up before we skip into the next month and start harvesting a whole bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure it's canola, we'll have the oat, the peas, spinach we've already done, as well as the wheat. So speaking of which, the wheat, we wouldn't mind making probably some more seeds using that. But first of all, let's clear up some productions that have finished up so we can clear them out of here. Specialized canned peas, that's right. I got a couple of notes to make sure I got a fix. So I need to fix the peas. So I'm guessing that's the Preserved Food Factory. Okay, they're on keep. I need to swap them over to distribute, as well as the preserved food carrots, because I don't know how long those canned peas are going to last making the salad production. So we'll make sure that the one with the preserved food carrots is active. Otherwise, none of the incoming materials will get distributed over because of the specific mod I have in the description below. So that should come on over, as well as the other salads. So we'll make sure we turn the productivity down by half, just like the rest of them, because otherwise it just fills it up way too fast and I end up having to visit the salad production, which is all the way over here, to empty it out and put it in my storage, which is like roughly here. And I've got another one just over there. So there's a lot of stuff to do. So now that's empty, let's jump on into this one here, as the rear trailer can take 7,000 litres, which I think should be more than enough for what we want. Let's just go and grab some wheat and dump this into the wheat production and get some seeds made. Hopefully we're in the trigger there, some wheat. And this seed production is actually the one I chose out of all of them for the fact that it takes wheat only. It won't take any other type of crop. Takes a little bit of herbicide, and it will then produce a 1 to 1.5 ratio of seed from wheat. So you get an extra 50% 50% seed out of the production compared to any other mod available. But its limitation is it will only take wheat. I know that's a bit of information, but driving on over here, and we'll get this dumped out. So we'll have some seeds. There we go. So this won't take long at all. We don't need any herbicide or anything like that, which is made in our liquid manure dryer with this one right here, which takes some lime, wood chips, and some water, which we obviously get the wood chips from the sawmills. And the lime, I just go and pick up some stones from the debris crusher down on field 77, sorry, not 11, 77. So from the debris crusher, and then there's the cement factory with an extra sawmill and the wood distributor that I was kind of testing. So they should all come on over. Let's just see if I can sneak through here and get rid of that mouse, because I don't need to touch any of that. I'm really super excited to get stuck into these grape and olive vineyards to get our grape production mod pack up and running. It goes through the tailor, it makes belts, which we do have a whole bunch of stuff to sell. Not that we really need the money, to be honest. We really don't need the money at all. So let's see what we can do. The wood chips at the Bioplastics Factory is going to run out. Interesting. Let's see if I can move this somewhat out of the way, because that's where I repair stuff. just here. So let's get into the Bioplastics Factory. What's this on? 200%. Let's turn this down. Let's just start off. No, let's go down to 50%. Drop that all the way down. And then the next hour, that shouldn't complain anymore. Carrots are going to run out in the preserved food factory, which I'm pretty sure we do not have anymore. Nope. And while we're here, we'll check out the time-saving stock check mod, and we can check out exactly what we've got to sell. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. So down to belts from the sparkling grape juice right here. Between those is what we've got to sell today, plus a bunch of other stuff that I go and click onto value, and then I select and looked at. So we've got the wood beams. We could sell some of the sugar, I guess, but maybe we'll just see what sort of time we've got, I guess. We've got the preserved food carrot, the noodle soup, maybe the kimchi also. So we'll see how that one is. The wheat, that won't take long. All right, so what I suggest we do is we should skip into at least the next hour, so some of those are cleaned out. There we go. So the carrots are now empty. That can be turned off. Absolutely fantastic. Yep, 0. And we eventually made 61 or almost 62,000 litres. So that right there, one pallet, is 2,000 litres. So we've got like 30 pallets worth right in preserved food carrots. And we've got not even a third of that in the beetroot, which is why I might as well turn the other salad production on, just to get kind of those emptied out a bit. So we've got seed production. Good. The Bioplastics Factory can go back up to maybe 100, as that will now keep up with it. Soybean factory will need to be emptied. Let's just skip through a little bit more time. It's still way early in the morning. We do not need to make any more seeds. Over to the next hour. I say we can probably keep that on times 15. There we go. The wheat is finished. So now that will feed on into our wood production right here to distribute some wood off into both of our sawmills, just because it was taking a lot of time and I'd done it so many times before, like everything else I've done. The 2 sawmills, including the one on the map. So it just keeps up with it. Works fine as it is. And we've got more seeds being used for the raspberries and the raspberry juice and jam. We've been jammed. And I'm still thinking I might swap over the pig food, but I'm sure we'll need to feed all the animals today as well, which might be a good thing to do quite soon. See what else we got. We got milk at the dairies, and what I might do is go into here, vehicles, the oldest one I've got, view on the map. Let's create a job and load and deliver from the cow barn the milk and take it to the dairy cows. Not looping. Get him to do that. Awesome. And away he goes. So we might as well go into it and see what he's doing while we're figuring out what else we've got. The coffee roast is going up. Soybeans as well with the tofu. Wool, large greenhouse. Bioplastics still needs to go down a little bit, just probably to allow the sawmills and that to catch up. So that will eventually be fine on its own. Just need to give it a bit of time. Dairy milk, it might even be worth just going straight down to 50 and let it catch up faster, but... So the dairy cows, this will be done, and then anything left over, I'll dump in the multi-dairy production to get it pumped out faster and just finished off, because just the model of the dairy itself, the triangles and the geometries of it, it is performance heavy. And as always, that's why I put the lamp there. So it does that and goes through. It does that every time. Every time. And then they'll dump that out. We'll get them onto the buffaloes after we finish and grab the rest of this cow milk. So we'll let this finish on out quick. F9. That's up the top. Good. There we go. Might be worth skipping 60. No, let's go 30. 30x. So we'll just go and grab the rest of thus. Just an extra 3. Just go and quickly dump this into the multi-dairy. Dump. Awesome. We'll turn it around and get it on working to the buffaloes. Load and deliver. Buffalo. Buffalo milk. Dairy multi. Dairy buffalo. That one, please. Thank you ever so kindly. And then I've got 2 dairies at the front. The one he's going to is for the buffalo, and then the other one is for the goats, which all are pretty good by themselves in terms of food and meadow and all that sorts of stuff. There's the doggy. Still haven't figured out a name for him yet, as I wanted to make sure I got all the animals. I even have some pigs, which we might need to feed somewhat soon. Is my... no. Oh, that was a bit loud. Where is my feeder? Ah, okay, so he's down here from the last episode. So let's get him on back, as we don't need to see another worker drop off milk to a dairy. We just saw one. It's pretty much the same thing, just different location. We'll need to go and get the soybean stuff from the factory, which we really don't need the money, so I guess we might just be able to set them to sell. Just stop there. There we go. So in the next hour, that will sell and will be removed from the list like that. Awesome. So what else have we got? Got fabric's going to run out. It says it's going to run out in 5 hours, but it really won't. And turn that off. We should be able to skip up some more time, back up to 30 again, because I really want to get through the rest of this month. We might be able to get stuff started to load onto our monster. This is the 824. I'm pretty sure it is 824 horsepower. It's a monster, absolute monster, and we'll start be able to get some of these things that we need to sell on the back of this trailer. And the reason why I'm not grabbing the one next to it with the Mack truck is because of the tight corners going to the farmer's market and things like that. When I take the wood up to the temple, which you will see before the end of this episode, I want to check out that sawmill for sure. Check out the temple for sure. So we could do Control Shift R. Before the end of the episode, we'll definitely check out that temple. So, no, I said that. Just wanted to clarify. The grape must... oh, I didn't know we actually had some of that. Love that. And yeah, another mod that allows me to sell and grab stuff another mod that actually allows me to manually spawn all of that stuff there, which is really, really fantastic. So let's go, whoa, over to the bottling plant. And this is where it can be a little difficult. So let's see where it spawns. I can't quite remember. It's only been once or twice I've actually gotten stuff to spawn here. Okay, spawns over there. Give me one moment while I get that back trailer over here. Alright, now that we've kind of wiggled its way over there, let's do the same thing on this so it starts auto-loading them nicely. Let's get the rest of them spawned in, since it's now grabbing it all. Good. Empty. Let's go get this sold at the farmer's market. Just slide it on over quick. There we go. Nice. Alright. What else we got? We've got the sparkling grape. We need to sell the fish, which the sell point for the fish is right next to where the fish production is, just because it doesn't have anywhere else to spawn. Actually, good question. Can I sell the fish at the farmer's market? No. Yeah, point of sale fish only. So right next to where it needs to go. Salad. I need to grab the chocolate, shoes, belts. All right. Lots of stuff. Oh, is that even tied down? I don't think that's even tied down. Can you? Did we drop any? Let's just go into construction to double check. That mod's been doing that recently, the auto load mod. You'll move and it just won't re-strap it back on, so hopefully that's not a problem anymore. Oh, kind of struggling. Up we go. I think I can. So we've got lots of grape seed. We can dump that into the oil mill. Get that done. Why is this taking? I didn't think it was that heavy. I didn't think wine was that heavy. Or sparkling wine, I should say. Let me just double check what's in this one. Is there anything of use in this? Fish, yes. Fish, canola oil. So that's where all my canola oil is. Might actually need to grab some of that out and get it into the potato chip factory. Maybe. See, look, it unstrapped itself again. I better not have lost any of them again. That's like really annoying. Okay, so it is somewhat taking the fish. Good, fish all gone. Open that. There we go. Fish on. Alright, so let's just strap and re-strap. And then now I need to turn hook left, because we need to get the belts and all that sorts of stuff. We'll have to do a full U-turn, but let's dump this off to... Do you stop? Just stop. Stop offloading. Stop clicking. Just let me strap and stay strapped. Please. Like, this is ridiculous. And then we can dump that in there. It's gonna take all that. Excellent. So then we can go into our oil mill and get this grapeseed oil on making. Not that it really has anything else, but it does clear up some stuff. Good. Then I should theoretically be able to dump... I should get rid of what I have on the trailer first, just here, and then I'll do a U-turn if I can. But this should empty out here, if it's here. There we go. That's taken that one, so the spinnery. That's the one on the map that I just have pumping out some wool mainly. And then this one here we need to turn on as we have a little bit of grape must that we can do. And I've just bought a whole bunch of the recycled polyester and polyethylene, I think it is, from the shop. Very, very easy. You just got to buy that in pallets from the shops. You can't make it. Unfortunately, it'd be nice. But then that gets distributed over to the tailor and makes belts and shoes, which are not on because I don't have any. That's why I'm so excited to get the Grape Production back online, because we have so much more this year. We have at least double, if not triple the amount. Nice and wide if I can. Oh, no. We're good. Yes, maybe. Do we have to fix? Okay. I'm inside it. I'm inside the truck. Can we not do this, please? Oh, what happened? Whoa, look, it seemed like I had gripped onto the thing. All right, there we are, back onto it. Momentary heavy rear trailer not loading things properly. Yeah, let's not do that again, Sharpie. Oh, mine. So we need to go down and get these belts and shoes. Slowly. Ugh! Oh, lucky I slammed them brakes on. Need to grab all of this if I can. Let's turn them on again. Shift I, might as well. Control Shift R. There we go. They're going to load automatically now. Belts, clothes, shoes. They must all be in here. And we need to get the preserved... No, we might as well just keep them, and then we can sell them maybe next episode. But we've got enough stuff to handle as we need. Ugh. Yeah. Best driver in FS. Yep. Sharpie 101 is me. So we have a lot of stuff in here. We've got more fish. The soybean patties, we might as well. Honey can stay there. Cake, tofu. The salads we all do need to sell, and that's telling me that's full, and hopefully we won't get stuck here. Hopefully we won't get stuck here. Yes. Good. This one we may need to unload and shift load it like that. Just so we can hopefully fit more on it. It probably would have dumped some in here. Yeah, there's one fish. Some salads. And that's all we can do on this load, I guess. Let's go dump this down to the farmer's market and head right back for the rest of the stuff that we need to. We've got a whole bunch of things to sell today. It's going to be very busy, and then we'll finish it off by selling and dropping off another load of wood. And... tiles maybe from the cement factory. I think it might need a few to finish it off and have a look at what progress, if any, has been made on the factory. Let's go first person on this one. There's our Bioplastics Factory to the right, actually, since you haven't really seen it too much. There's the Specialized Bakery, makes the cheesecakes and stuff. Specialized Pizzeria, makes pizzas and things like that. The boosted greenhouses are there for the salad, as well as the ice cream production. Really good. I might have actually needed to dump some milk in that one, to be honest. And we're still on 30x speed, so let's crank that down and get all this done, as it shouldn't take too long. Let's just do a quick detour around and to the left, as I always do, up the one-way street. It kind of irritates me, Hutan Pantai's street layout. Here we go, nice and slow. We are very heavy. Here we go. Swing it wide. And bring it on in. And then I will zoom out for this. We all like to see it all get taken. I just need to make sure... Swing wide as far as I can. Here we go. See where it gets taken here. All of that. The fish won't. So let's stop there before the fish fall. Swap the trailer. Swing wide. Move the camera, Sharpie. We want to see it. Now the fish won't get taken. We need to move that elsewhere. But all of that's being done. Not in one go, unfortunately, like we wanted. But that's not going to be the only chance we'll have to get that done. So at least we have all the fish. Let's go and grab the rest of all this. It's not undoing it all or anything. No, I thought I heard clicking. So let's swing around over to the fish production on pretty much the other side of the map. As we go past all of this. Let's get rid of this fog, actually. I'll show you the two commands quickly to get rid of the fog. Command. Set ground level density 0. So that's the one you want. Set that to 0. Set height ground level density 0. Big difference. Big difference. No more fog. No more problems. Oh, that looks so much better. So much clearer. Didn't notice it as much on the way to the city, but coming back from the city here, that was tense. There you go, you can see all the way to the edge of the map, nice and cleanly. And is it worth going up? No, it might be a bit too tight, as I've combined the two fields over here on our left to do the sugar beet. So there is no road that will cut straight through. This is the only one. Otherwise, I'd have to go all the way up into the forest up there and then come on down and all that, which I'd have to slow down, and this would probably, or at least theoretically, is the fastest way. Slow it on down a little bit. Excellent. So we got that. We need to get all the salad, the chocolate, shoes, belts, just anything in storage for now. I won't get the noodle soup or the preserved carrots, as it's quite difficult to get out of that. I usually like doing it with the truck or the ute. Here we go. Make sure we're on this. Shift I, Control Shift R. Let's get all of these spawned in and then sold pretty much right next to it. And then they all spawn in here, which I think is absolutely really cool. Any more? No. Excellent. It's got like coolers and fan spinning. It's really cool. I like this mod. Well done. It's well done, actually. Let's go into the production very quickly. Take some corn, some mineral feed, some wheat, produces fish. Really simple. Love this mod. Even comes with its own sell point, which we're just about to use. Right here. Very nice, very nice. Now, let's just make sure I'm able to sell this stuff like that. Oh, yep. That works well. Making some money. You don't want to take the last one? Yeah? No? Let's just see if I can just go to the back and I'll just push them off. Just give them the good old boot. No? Oh, is it full? I don't know. Let's just see if it takes it. And I might be able to fix that up later, but we've got stuff to do. So let's go top up with the rest of the things we need. Oh, wrong button. Trying to do that. And we got the other one off, so that's good. They're both cleaned out. Salt and fine salt, table salt is not needing to be sold today. So that should be a-okay. Let me just cut through here, bro. My bad. My bad. So we need to get the belts, the shoes, the salads, the chocolate, just off the top of my head quick. Let's just see. Hopefully we don't have the same problem as what we did last time. That one's enabled. And that one is enabled to auto load like that. Just so we don't have to go back to the tractor to shift R again. Salad. More salad. Salad. Potato chips, cereal. It wasn't cereal, was it? No. Soy smoothie, yeah. More soy smoothie. Hopefully that's all of them. Get that all on. Oh, we've got 32 belts. Pretty sure that's all that can fit there, at least for now. Let's just go ahead and roll forward a bit and get that last trailer set up. Belts. I think that's all we can take for now. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Let me just stack this on and we will be right back. But there's no way I am going to take all of this in several loads. I'm going to see if I can do this in just the rest of the one load, because that's how we do it. We'll be right back. There we go. I just finished up loading the rest of the salad that we had over here in the salad production. And I've got the belts and shoes already loaded. So we are really, really full. I just want to get out of that little dip as the brakes are going to be interesting. So yeah, we are very, very full. 18,000 litres of salad, 6,000 litres shoes. It's weird saying litres and shoes. 32,000 litres in belts, so that's 32 pallets and 6 pallets of like belts and shoes. 16,000 litres of soy smoothie. Absolute insanity. And some of this isn't even showing up because it is so overloaded. So I have to really kind of take my time with this, or we are going to flip with the slightest of breezes. Make sure we don't end up in the drink. That would be an absolute nightmare to get out of. Like I'd have to hire a crane, and that'd actually be fun to do, but oh my, not the time for that in this. Are we going to be too high? Not even close. I had to very quickly check that. Slow on down, same way. Make sure we don't flip the back trailer, as I have definitely not loaded this the best. Funny enough, shortly after saying I shouldn't load it like that again after flipping. Good job, me. Go swing it wide. Then we got to swing it short. Then we got to swing it wide again. Swing it wide again. And then bring it in. Just like so. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can get sold. Oh, I need to, sorry about that. I need to make sure I kind of hug that wall over there. And that wall, oh, I went too far. Paying attention to other stuff. Paying attention to other things. We should be able to get this all in one hit though. And half, 696. So I'll have to go up to, what's the name for that one? But it should take some of this and the rest of that salad. I don't think there is anything else other than that to sell up at the warehouse. Yeah, it's just the belts and shoes and things, which I'm sure we should easily be able to turn right up here. Just here-ish without hitting that fire hydrant. And go and sell these at the warehouse. Yep, nice, nice. So I'll see you over at the warehouse to get this dropped off, see how much money we get. And then we'll go and pop on back to the farm and swap on over to another vehicle to get that wood over to the temple and see if any progress has been made. Here we go as we slowly climbed up that hill. Wow, that was a total of like 5 kms an hour. Very, very slow. Was it like 2 miles an hour or something like that? 1 mile an hour? There we go, dump this off. There's 90 grand right there, and this is like offcuts from doing grapes and stuff. Imagine what this one's going to be like. This is going to be insane. This is going to be absolute insanity. Not that we need it, but we've got 7 mil right now. Let's see what we get. 338. Just from that. Insanity. Absolutely insanity. Pretty sure the shoes are worth a lot more, which is what we had on our first trailer, and then we had all those belts on that rear trailer. So 38 tons worth of things all sold right there. So let's head back to the farm very quickly so we can swap on over to the new Mack truck and get that wood over up to the temple. So I'll see you shortly. There we go. Let's get on over to both of our sawmills and get all that stuff up there pronto. So we'll just drive down to the sawmill first, and then I'll duck up to the actual temple itself to see exactly what sort of stuff from the concrete factory I can give it and what it will take. Probably only a few roof tiles, because I probably have some up there already that it didn't take from the last time. But I know it's going to take all the wooden beams in the world, as well as them long planks. So let's just quickly duck on behind the shop, and I can finally show you like the concrete factory. It might be an idea to get the rock debris crusher conveyed into everything. So, we good? Are we good? We are good. As I was talking about, nothing happened. You see nothing. As I said, safety first. Safety first right here on this channel. Yep, right here. 100%. Eyesight's not the best, that's why. So let's just zip on in here very quickly, and we can do the Control Shift R once again. Right there. It's a little loud here, so need to do some more tweaking on the audio. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet on anything. That's that one. Okay, that's good. I'm only making wooden beams at the moment because that's apparently what it needs most of. Let's see if I can just hook on over here as it spawns on this corner right here first. And let's zip on up to the temple quickly. We won't look at it. Not yet, not yet. Wait until we get here. It's working on beams and plank long. Well, no surprise. Won't take any roof plates. It'll take 4 cement bags, but that is about it. Let's double check. Yeah, cement bags, 4 of them. Okay, that's about all it will do. So let's spawn in 4 cement bags. And that's it. It will not take any more. Let's just reverse on out of here, nice and easy. Get into first person, as that went so well the first time. And let's get up onto the next sawmill and over to the temple. So I might just jump cut up to where we get up to the temple. As you've already seen what we've just done there, it's just on the Hutan Pantai's normal sawmill. So I'll see you when we get there. Now, I'm not sure why, but I have a good feeling we're not going to see any fog for one of the rare times on our way up to the temple. We grabbed our 4 cement bags and we ended up getting 14,000 litres of wood beams from each of our sawmills. So 28 tons of wooden beams set for us to go from both of our sawmills. Oh, here we go. Starting to work on the entrance. It's looking good. And we'll have to pop up there in just a second. Let's get this sold, hopefully in one hit, maybe. Probably not. Oh, almost. So that's 239, and there's the rest of it. So about 300. I think that's even 300 right there, just about. Maybe 300 and some change. Let's just pop him here. And let's go and have a look. Let's turn the HUD off so we can get a proper look at it, shall we? Not looking too bad. Looks like we're working on them pillars to start working on the roof at least. Hopefully then it may need some more roof tiles. Then I might get the concrete factory to start making more, but at the moment they are currently not. So it looks like we're missing one there and one over there. Then hopefully it'll start working on that. I need to go back down the stairs. Well, there's 2 of them. So one of them has to be up, one of them has to be down. Hopefully I use them correctly. And then we have all of these buildings here finished. We've got 1 in the back over there, 2 in the back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that's lucky number 8 in Chinese, technically. And I've only ever gotten 1 of these collectibles, just for the fact that at the time it was right next to my farm up on that little building near the farm you start out with, and I had no idea what it was. So I clicked on it, it's like, you got 10 grand. I'm like, oh, that seems a bit cheaty. I don't really want that, to be honest. So it's looking good. Absolutely looking fantastic. And I like the water sounds. We have come a long way since starting this, and I'm super excited to get stuck into settlers on the new map with at least this in mind to have building in the background. It's just a money maker in my opinion. But we'll have the concrete factory, we'll have the sawmill, all sorts of stuff, new productions on the new map, and even the supermarket production mod most likely. I am super keen for it, but make sure you stick around to the next episode where we will definitely be skipping some time into the next month, into July, so we can get stuck onto the canola, the oat, all that sorts of stuff, peas, wheat, all the good stuff. So we may need to feed the animals just before that, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified. You know that YouTube algorithm, how it is. And stay sharp till next time, as always. See ya.